It's all over according to polls. The anyone but them choice are leading the race to the RS at 41%. In second comes Catherine Connolly at 38% and Heather a dismal distant third at 20%. However, she seems so cheerful even as yet another Fine Gael campaign shambles into a boghole. Connolly benefits from a swing caused by Alan Kelly and the leftovers of the Green Party saying they oppose her. Thanks lads, now go back to your brown bin where your careers are rotting like twigs. Experts like Fintan O'Toole say she's also benefiting from the unique idea of saying words that match her actual thoughts.
Catherine is literally a Mary Robinson silhouette with all the Michael D modifications, the Gaeilge, the mad lefty views. They're from the very same Galway constituency. She is all those things, but minus the bad poetry and the petulance.
Voting will soon begin after 6 debates and about 10 feature interviews, or rather the same one debate held more times than a Joanne McNally show. In Pat Kenny's one, a more combative Heather Humphreys emerged.
Catherine, you're a Lankum-style lefty. Speak faster.
Absolutely not. The media have been attacking me with their quick-fire soundbite questions.
Well, here we go.
And it's very important.
Yada yada.
And I really have to slowly defend myself against all the hierarchy, the Syria, and Clare Daily Matters.
Look,
and the people.
All of this is just an excuse for lethargy,
Please,
Catherine Connolly.
Please, if I hurried along and got to any point, the people might realise there's nothing to my campaign other than being a voice. A very slow voice for peace.
Okay, we have to move on.
And a voice for other, more slower voices.
Get some Baraka. Heather Humphreys, you look like you're micro-panicking.
Well, what I want to say is this one here has insulted our allies.
Please, no, that is not true.
Keepy up, he's upset the American president because he can't keep it up by the cut of him.
Gosh.
What else?
This is just a smear campaign against my...
There's also a photo online showing Catherine Connolly leaving her tea bag in when she drinks it.
This is truly shocking, Catherine.
Sir, it's really important to say the privacy of the tea bag has been trespassed on in this conversation.
Oh, please.
And in the media...
I will be a candidate who will use a teapot like a Christian. Only savages leave the bag in.
Let her answer this point and then I'll hit her with more Syria.
Please, I like a very strong cup on tea. People know this.
There she is speaking garlic again.
I make my tea strong enough to be a veritable military-industrial complex against a hobnob.
Okay.
Because it has to withstand the sort of dunking a Navy SEAL would be proud of.
Yeah.
And I can promise
I have a hardball for you, Heather. You keep your toaster in a press.
Yes, I do, as envisaged in the Ulster Covenant, and I will represent people across the country, including those who leave their wellies in the porch pat and those who have a messy drawer.
I have an unbelievably messy drawer.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And Presbyterians do not have messy drawers, just to be clear. But I will listen to all the people, even those who have trashy headstones.
Yes, but is Fine Gael doing a smear campaign on Catherine your only hope of winning now?
No, I think I can win if Ivan Yates shuts up and sticks to what he's good at, which is talking over Matt Cooper's little squeaky voice.
Later in the week, Katie Hannon, joyfully freed from the horror scenario of being sent over the top and into Liveline, was in rare form on the telly.
Okay, you said you paid for the trip to Syria yourself.
Sorry, no,
now,
this is fake news. You're fake news.
Yeah, I know that Clare Daly wasn't in her Russia era at the time. She was in her Repeal the 8th era, though personally I thought Water Charges was her best album. Anyway, basically, we paid for your jolly to go play basketball with Assad, right?
I can assure Crooked RT.
Okay, answer the question.
That it was no jolly.
Why?
I didn't crack a smile once.
Okay.
Not even when Mick Wallace's hair got caught in a lamb kafka. And that was genuinely hilarious.
Okay. Well, Katie. Okay, Heather, I know you toast your bread inside the press, so I can't ask you what you would do to a slice of pan. But you don't have a fuckle of Irish, do you? No, sorry, I mean, Niha. It's Niha. Look, Niha. I am fluent in Monaghan Scots. Okay, sorry, I've never heard of Monaghan Scots. What's that? Like, yeah, who are you? Or, there's a friggin' droot on me. Yeah, I don't think that's actually real. I'm that hungry, I'd eat the back door board. That's another one.
And so the race continues. Could Catherine mess it up? Is Heather even bothered anymore? Physically, she's still in the race, but mentally she's back home in Nahabog with her feet up by the fire, the pension in the attic, and Simon Harris's number deleted from her phone. May the best woman win. Miha Lehan, gonna get a lehernia unless this stumble for the RS ends soon. Leinster Lehouse.
Okay, let's do this. 10 Harris. Co-Taoiseach Minister for Military Simon Harris reporting for duty. Bang, bang. I have beaten the enemy who shelled me with no confidence motions. Let there be no mistake. I have plenty of confidence. Look at my out-of-controlled hand movements. At ease, journalists. You.
Sorry, Thomas, we're just surprised to even see you more than anything. Where have you been for the last few weeks?
Well, I admit that my very, very important defensive duties have meant I've spent days in the war room, under the war table, but I've never shied away from popping up to reaffirm things that absolutely no one disagreed with in the first place, such as genocide is bad. Someone had to say it, just not to the Americans. That would endanger our exports of butter and nurses. Next question.
The last time you had a motion like this, the government actually called an election. Did you have any fears this time?
No, I had the utmost faith that it would be blocked, faster than a wind farm in a rich person's eye line.
Right.
But I admit, I'm very upfront. The mistakes indeed were made.
Who?
I've never claimed to be infallible. That was Mihal who did that, who, by the way, resoundingly backed me. Thank you.
I think his words were that he has confidence in you despite the air of shivering wreck steaming off you when you worked in health.
Well, what I heard was the important words, that I was an excellent Minister for Health in the COVID war era, where my efficiencies managed to drive my social media growth exponentially, because I spoke down to children like they were monster backbenchers.
Minister Aintu says the motion was brought forward this week to avoid further embarrassment ahead of the presidential vote next week.
Well, that is absolutely nonsense. This is just pure efficiency. This government gets things done, and done without delay, with the exception of scoliosis surgeries, children's hospitals and the Occupied Territories Bill. And as for the idea of causing embarrassment to Heather Humphrey's campaign, let me tell you, I have full confidence she is well capable of doing that all on her own. Last question.
This is turning into something of a nightmare week for you.
No, that's not true. Trust me, I've seen a lot worse. I've had a summer of slip-ups. These last few days felt like getting Dutch oven by comparison. No. You wait for next week when people remember my other eras of cluster feck-ups. It'll be like Wet Willy week. Stick around. If you thought the no confidence onslaught was like a chair pull, you ain't seen nothing yet. I have to go because I had to rely on the Lowry lackeys for votes. I have to go and get wedgied by them in return and owe them the taxpayers' lunch money. But let me tell you this, it was worth it to stay in the hot seat.
Well, next to the hot seat.
Who said that? You're blocked.
Okay, let's keep the questions brief and flattering. I've got the National Guard on the phone asking which city I want to invade next. You.
Sir, are you concerned about the Gaza peace deal holding up? There is no clear roadmap.
Well, why would Gaza need a roadmap when there's no roads? That's what Google's for. You turn left by the rubble, and 100 yards you'll reach a peace deal. What a deal. The best ever, they say. I was given the Order of the Nile. I didn't meet Nile, but he seems like a great guy. Hell of a guy. You, the girl who's a 4.
Some people are suggesting the peace summit was just an ego trip.
Yeah, that's right. It was an Egypt trip.
No, sir, I said
Somebody said it was in Sharm el Sheikh, but I thought McDonald's only sold those on St. Patty's Day. It wasn't about me, even if I was the only one that mattered. It was all about the great countries, tremendous countries who were there. You all heard me calling them out one by one. The most call-outs for countries ever, they say. No one's ever seen numbers like this. So much everybody's here. Where's UK? Is UK here?
Yes, sir. My name is Keir. We've met 215 times.
Yeah, go back over there, UK. You look sad.
We finally freed the sausages.
Where's the hot fascist lady from Italy? There you go. You can't say that anymore, can you? But hey, it's not your fault. You're as hot as my daughter.
Please don't punch me, please.
Well, I'm so lucky my wife isn't here. What's her name?
Melania.
Mandalorian. That's right. UAE. Anyone got the raffle ticket number UAE? It's a coat ticket, is it? I don't know. France. Where's France? The little guy. You know, his wife's a man, they say. Oh, there he is. Macron. Yummy.
Merci.
Look at him. He always smells like sweaty potpourri. I love my France. Who else is here? Canada?
Yeah, hi.
Canada, is he here? The ugly one, not the one nailing Katy Perry. Not sure why he's doing that. I don't like her. I don't like that woman. She's very colorful. She's like something out of a Happy Meal. Who else is here? The nation of FIFA. What? Is FIFA here? Wow.
Country.
Gianni, he's sending thoughts and footballs. I love you, Gianni. He's the only one I'll let use my private bathroom. He knows that. It's the one I kept the Gaza war going from. But now it's peace. I love peace, so I'm war and peace. Gonna call my next book that. No one's ever thought of that before. Would you believe? War and Peace. How about that? What a title. What a title they say. Wow.
Mr. President, that was a really awesome week.
Yeah, thanks, JD. I wish you were there, but I had to sideliner you till you get rid of the eyeliner.
I don't have... Anyway, I had my hands full with the young Republicans praising Hitler. I mean, they're just kids, young boys in their early 30s.
Hitler was in the early 30s too, wasn't he? Smart kid.
Well,
the vegetarian. Imagine what he could have achieved if he ate fried chicken for breakfast.
Right.
Like truly great leaders.
Also, the Democrats are still pushing a two-state solution for the Middle East.
This is stupid. Last I checked, there were 50 states.
No,
and about 20 of those are governed by nasty Antifa.
For sure.
Democrats, we don't like Antifa. We're anti-Antifa.
Right.
We are like pro-fa.
Well,
just like the MAGA kids say.
Well, at least you're getting credit front page of Time magazine.
Sorry, that was the worst photo ever.
Oh, right.
The up-chinned me, JD.
Yeah.
Up-chinned. It's disgusting. Can you believe it?
Maybe they were just portraying reality, sir.
I hate when news organizations do that.
Oh, right.
Thank the Lord for Caroline Levitt, Fox, and Newsmask.
Truly.
By the way,
God bless them.
Take it down. New executive order.
Sure.
Thou shalt not up-chin.
Wow.
The end.
Okay.
Now I want a refill on my breakfast KFC.
Right away, Mr. President.
It's the cereal of champions.
Well, thank you for joining one for these Article 28 conversations.
That is just a little chat, given that you'll soon be on your way.
That's what they said about you last week, mijo.
You have to be out by when exactly, in terms of...
3 weeks hence.
Well, I hope you get your deposit back.
I beg your pardon.
Relax, I'm only blackguarding.
One finds that remark rather indecorous of you in light of renters suffering.
Stop.
I can almost hear them keening from my west wing at night.
No. That'll be the sad mammals from the zoo.
Are you actually doing something to help tenants?
Oh, yeah.
They make such gay memes of me on the internet.
Well, the apartment meet in this country... Sorry, technical term there. The renters will be helped by our slashing VAT for investment funds that build apartments in terms of...
Mere rental prisons, to wit, debtors' jails.
The Help to Buy scheme is extended as well, up to 500,000.
Where can anyone get a new build for $500,000 these days?
Look up any urban area that flops badly in the tidy towns and you might get an idea, you know.
And meanwhile, immigrants are locked up in squalor because it's your policy to make two-star hoteliers richer than Elon Musk's love children.
I refute that now. That's unfair framing in terms of...
And what is this about major increases in military spending?
Listening to you, you're as bad as Catherine Conley now.
I don't care for that god-awful woman. Sorry. I mean, one shall not comment on the presidential succession theatre.
'Tis a few quid for new army uniforms. Like, we've been accused of leaving Ireland defenceless, but now our soldiers will look hotter while being unable to defend us.
I don't want to be thinking about hot soldiers at this time. Sorry, where was I? I can't.
You're not able to do any keepy-uppies by any chance, are you?
Oh, that was performative and trite. Don't mention that woman again. Anyway, why do you ask?
It's just to launch the 3 million we're giving Irish football academies on account of your interest in the soccer.
More millions. I suppose these kids' camps will train children on the usual traits of Irish football. Financial irregularities at executive level, severance packages.
Well, don't go expecting a golden handshake now when you're booted out of here in 2 weeks' time, President.
3 weeks.
It'll be lovely to have the free time to sit at home and not have to leave the house for anything. Maria, how will you even know you're no longer president, like?
Well, perhaps one will travel.
Oh, yeah, Syria, I suppose, will it?
How dare you!
The Conley Camino. Make sure you pay for it yourself.
Well, frankly, I think I've heard enough, Prime Minister.
I'm only ragging. Relax. Look, you'll have a lovely send-off. RT will be gushing about you. The Irish Times will do a pull-out of adulation, I'd imagine.
We don't take the Times in this house any longer.
Oh, yes, of course. They ranked the presidents 1 to 9 and they put you 4th. Oh, my God.
Behind Douglas Hyde?
Go on.
How could they? Disgusting.
It is gas. Imagine I've been Fianna Fáil leader for longer than you've been president. That really takes the bicky. And I've 2 more years as Taoiseach.
I couldn't think of anything worse. Oh, wait, I just remembered she's about to be the next Uchteron.
Don't worry, if 'tis Catherine, at least you'll still be joint 4th best president.
Sorry?
Sure, you're exactly the same, like. Come on.
Well, one is most grievously affronted now, I can tell you.
My work is done here, so...
See yourself out.
Good luck. And you can be sure nobody else is going to see this old lad from the lee side out. That is for sure.
Can't bear people any longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all the favourites are out of the club championships now.
Right.
No big names anymore. It's all basically nobodies with very few fans.
But enough about Radio 1 these days.
Ooh.
I'm Marty, and I'm feeling snarky. All right, we're live, Des. We're on.
1-0 against Armenia this week with 2 games to play. Qualification from the Republic of Ireland is technically possible.
Yeah.
But it's really only a faint pulse, isn't it, Brian Kerr?
Des, it's Malone. I mean, if I'd a fair in me backseat with them vital signs, I'd be delighted about the silent charge. But I would be heading straight for James's Hospital, so I would. And I wouldn't be going the M50 either.
Yeah, still Halgrimson lives to fight another day, Brian.
Sooner the FAI considers an extraction, the better as far as I'm concerned.
Brian, you did the dental puns last week. Move on.
Yeah, on a more positive note, Damien Duff is returning. He's the FIFA technical advisor for the Under-17s World Cup.
Yeah, that'll suit the duffer down to the ground, Des.
Will it,
He'll
yeah?
be nice and miserable there, giving out to the young fellas 24 hours a day. Yeah, he'll be livid with them.
Yeah.
He'll be an absolute element, he will.
Thanks, Brian.
Speaking of livid, controversy this week over fellas signing up for the enhanced games in Nevada.
Right.
It's basically the Olympics, Marty,
Yeah.
but with performance-enhancing drugs.
So basically, just like the Olympics.
Well, oh yeah. Another lad, sports lad in trouble this week's Joe Brawley, who's on the line by accident.
This is just typical establishment Free State protectionist drivel. I mean, how are you doing, me old pal?
I feel scared, Des.
Of course
You're not going to say anything mad, are you, Joe?
Well, I resent that implication, Des. And where's all this coming from, anyway? I'm a proud girl, as you
It's
know.
just you're doing your weird podcast voice, you know.
Hold on.
Like with your Sunday game shouty voice, we kind of knew where we stood at
Yeah,
least.
you've been saying terrible things.
Well, look, I said some rude things on my podcast. I would just like to apologise again to any dogs
I know.
who were offended. Random dogs. Any cowgirls listening?
Cowgirls.
And in terms of the candidates, can I just say that I
enough
wonder-
said. Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
It's gone.
Yeah, I cut his line as per tradition.
My God, right. I'm off for some performance de-hancing coleslaw.
Well, you won't get suspended in this place for that. Wow. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we're off air. Good night, folks. Thank you, ladies.
Well, Catherine, we're nearly there now.
Thank you for attacking me, Heather. I'm heading for a landslide now. You're so kind.
Oh, sure, I gave up weeks ago when Jim Gavin was product recalled like a lasagna full of listeria.
You're so good to keep showing up at the endless debates and interviews and indulging my industrial victim complex.
You're a ticket. How in honour of Jays do you manage to stay calm no matter what wild statement comes out of your head,
I actually believe all those touched headbanger adjacent things that I say for the people.
Socialism is lovely when you don't have to do any of it, isn't it? And sure, you wouldn't have had time between working for the banks and ignoring the North your whole life.
You can be sure that as president, I won't be working for corporate interests.
What a waste. I would have loved a trade trip out to Biafra with frozen burger barons and big yogurt.
I want to be a voice on climate change.
Not me. I'm straight into Circle K. Diesel all the way. I'll eat a quarter pounder or a Krispy Kreme. Makes no odds to me.
Inanimate J.
Only I do butter me burgers like a good farm woman and eat it with a knife and fork like a good Presbyterian. God save the Burger King. That's what I do say.
It sounds to me like you live with a lot of regret.
Oh, no regrets. I came in last minute, crashed in the polls, got sued by an absolute dose, and my party leader had to go into hiding because he's about as popular as a bag of Johnnies showing up in the Burke family Chris Kindle. But apart from that, I've had a fierce, lovely time. Any regrets yourself?
Just that I forgot to do the unicycle right after the keepy uppies.
Oh, very good.
Top road on them.
Oh, why do they keep asking me about fox hunting? It was as if I didn't give 2 fucks about animal welfare.
I want to promise the people that if I win...
You haven't won. The minute I said I was a credit unionist, I was done for.
I will be a voice for peace.
Peace and quiet's all we want after all this outshine.
And that voice will be going to Áras Nóchtaran and will be saying to Michael D,
get out of the house, you wee frigger. Sweet revenge for you, Catherine.
This is Connolly Station now, baby.
Burn! Sick burn, hey.
And your train is leaving.
Now you said it. Can I do me song for you now?
Lanarag.
You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, under my umbrella. Ella, Ella,
My hoop.
High five, sister.
Supposed to be boycotting Diet Coke, but there was a can with Dave on in the canteen.
Well, it's a wonderful week, it really is.
Yeah.
Peace at last, Mr. Fanny.
Oh, yeah. Humanitarian aid corridors are reopened. Hostages been handed over. It's kind of a sense in the air.
But more importantly, Eurovision might be back on, baby. And Marty might be headed for Austria after all.
Of course, because the ceasefire does make it more likely that RT will reverse the whole boycott bold Israel.
That's right.
And who's going to start the fire and all that boom, clap business and what have
So
you.
it's sighs of relief and maybe Kaiser Spritzers all round in Vienna.
Yeah, well, I tell you one thing, Vienna,
Yes.
it means nothing to me.
Oh, well, it's the venue for the 70th Eurovision, my dear boy.
No, but
Same age as yours truly with the unruly Tash Mahal.
No, I was just quoting Ultravox Marty because...
Sorry?
By the way, kept off number one, early 1980s, I think it was, by John Lennon's Woman, would you believe?
Yoko Ono. She really has spoiled almost everything, hasn't she?
No, the song was called Woman, for crying out loud.
Ah, right.
And was kept off again by Joe Dolce's Shut Up Your Face.
Not a song you'd hear very often on RT Gold, I'd
Yeah,
wager.
that's my channel at the moment.
Imagine Lyric was considered a retirement home once, Dave. What does that make gold?
I don't know. The Dead Zoo?
You're on fire, like half of the Middle East.
Yeah.
Oh, God help them.
Anyway, did you see the music television channel MTV with the music videos is closing down?
Oh dear, oh dear. End of an era. The music channel that gave us Thriller.
Well-
and of course MTUSA. Remember that?
Of course, yeah, when we used to rip off other stations and hope nobody would notice. How are you, Radio 1's new schedule, by the way? Good luck.
Ah, Vincent Hanley. Now there was a man who knew how to maintain a moustache.
Oh, yeah.
Proper gentleman.
Anyway, they can't keep up with the streamers, so what they're going to do in MTV is they're going to pull the plug by December.
Surely they could keep it going somewhere on the edges of the atmosphere.
Yeah, they-
MTV Gold, as it were.
Oh, that reminds me, we have to wrap here because I have to go and fill in for Ronan Collins on Gold.
Good grief.
Yeah.
I thought he was in storage.
What?
Cold storage.
No, he actually gets a lot of fan mail, would you believe, in letters and stuff and requests and...
A bag full of memorial cards, I presume.
That's terrible. Anyway, gotta go, so thanks, Marty, good luck.
Now, after the break, all the way from 1981, Mr. Joseph Dolce.
For the love of Michael.
Shut up, you facey face.
Hello and welcome to Pat to Power, a podcast I can't pronounce, sponsored by a random investment fund with me, Matt Cooper.
Hello again, Mima, and I'm Ivan Yates. Oh.
Well, you've landed yourself in a bit of hot water this week, Ivan, didn't you?
Yes, when the Lib Flake lefties have taken umbrage with comments I made about their supreme leader, Catherine Commie.
You're so funny. I wish I was a funny big man like you.
Whereby I suggested Heather Humphreys should smear the bejesus out of her.
That was disgraceful.
It was a totally neutral phrase that can be used in all manner of ways. For instance, one might smear the bejesus out of their toast with a low cholesterol butter substitute.
I wasn't offended by what you said, but where you said it.
Here we go. Mima Pinko Cooper's feelings were hurt.
I'm upset that you appear to be cheating on me
Yeah.
with some young lad from News Talk, Ivan.
I've always said there are three of us in this podcast marriage. Surely you know me by now, Mima.
You caused quite a lot of damage for Heather Humphreys' campaign, didn't you?
Well, I accept that, but may I add it has done wonders for my own personal brand.
How so?
The entire Irish left now has a case of IBS, Ivan Bewilderment Syndrome.
You mean the trots have the trots?
Yep. Don't upstage me now.
Sorry.
Don't upstage
Here,
me.
let me give you an opportunity to shout across me like you usually do when I'm just about to make a...
I haven't had this much press since I was exiled to Wales. Someone even said I could be in the running to take over the hard shoulder.
Oh, no, you'd hardly go up against the last word, would you?
Is that still going, Mima?
Yes.
You're not still talking to Cal Thomas, are you? Like you were 20 years ago.
Anyway, Ivan, before you go to one of your other podcasts,
Right.
who's going to win this election?
Well, I have just got a text from a man I see in the pub.
Oh.
It's how I form all my last minute opinions. And he said, Ivan, put a flutter on Farney.
What?
Heather will nick it in the dying seconds.
no.
The hippie from Galway will be smeared on her toast.
Stop that.
You heard it here first. Put a few bob on Heather.
Terms and conditions apply. Ivan's predictions are always wrong, and we are not liable for money's lost. This was Pat to Power. See you next week when we'll be discussing...
Whatever nonsense has wandered into my head.
Happy birthday to me. happy birthday.
What the hell? What's with all the ridiculous balloons in terms
Today is very important. It's my birthday.
Oh, you're not turning 40 today, are you?
No. I'm a young boy of 39.
Your last year being young, so.
That's not true. It's not until at least 45 you're considered old.
Well, to be fair, you only look about 36%
Hooray!
in your approval rating.
Black. Ugh, can't believe I faced my political D-Day on the week of my B-Day.
Oh.
Ain't two are on my shiz list.
Good thing they ain't too popular.
Minister Simon.
Well, it's Cotish, but...
I just wanted to say I hope you have a gorgeous birthday.
why do you have measuring tape?
Oh, no reason. Just wanted a rough guesstimate on the curtains.
Why would you...
Imagine your last birthday in office.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, bye.
Jennifer's plotting against you. She smells blood like.
It's just one thing after another lately. The Children's Hospital is delayed again. It was first planned in 1993 when I was seven. I could have been a patient if this was a normal country.
Stop the blackguarding. If this was a normal country, a dropout from DIT wouldn't have become Taoiseach for half an hour, like.
Be kind, it's my birthday.
Alright, fair enough, sorry.
Bang.
Tell us, Jack!
Patrick.
I just wanted to say a begrudging happy birthday.
Well, I really appreciate it, O.D.
Here's a little gift.
Oh, it's a tea towel print of girl with a pearl earring.
I don't know what it is. The National Gallery keeps sending this artsy-fartsy junk. I might start an ethics probe. Right?
Thank you.
I'm after something called an exhibition.
Well, you are the Minister for Arts.
FML.
God, he's a very contrary buckle. Anyway, I got you a cake.
Oh, is that a kiwi with a candle in it?
You're welcome. 'Tis full of potassium and fibre and vitamin C. Now, make a wish. Hooray! What did you wish for?
Another pandemic so I can be popular for 3.5 minutes again.
Stop. Now for your birthday bumps.
No, there's no need for that.
Dad O'Brien, get in here.
What? No, don't let him near me.
All right, let's be having ya.
Go on, 39 bumps.
No, I really don't want to.
Sorry, me hands are a bit greasy.
No, he's very bony.
Hooray! I think get used to the bumps. You'll be getting a heave soon.
He's